A few years ago, this is what you would see on the day of the Apple iPhone launching.
The Apple fans who waited in long lines for hours, in some cases days.
First customer was here at 4:45 this morning.
Today, as you can see, hundreds more, all waiting for this brand new device.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
However, a few years later, things have drastically changed, and I and my fiance got up at 4 a.m. to go see exactly what an iPhone launch looks like now. It's currently 4:37 on September 20th. The iPhone releases today, and I'm about to head to an Apple store to see how many people are in line, see if people still do this stupid thing this early in the morning. So I'll see you there. Alright, so we just got here. What time is it? It's currently 5:14 on Friday. There's only one person. One person for the iPhone 11 launch today. I have a few reasons why I think this might be the case, but I did just want to come out here and see. You know, 5 years ago, this place was totally packed with people, like hundreds of people waiting in line. But now, in 2019, it's a totally different story. I'm surprised that nobody is here. But I'm not super surprised because I kind of called it. I said no one was going to be here. But it looks like there's only one person waiting for the new phone. Alright, so we're out here at the Apple store, and there's only one person here. So we asked him a couple questions about why he thinks nobody is here anymore. Why do you think there's nobody here?
I think the big thing is that Apple opened up the online store, the pre-ordering. I don't think people wanted to wait in lines the way they used to. It's all about convenience nowadays. So I think it's the online ordering.
But like, I don't know. I used to watch videos of the old Apple events where people would wait in line, and I mean it would be like down the block.
Sure.
But now, like, nobody's here. I always thought it was like so cool to see people wait in line for like a few days or a couple weeks.
Yeah, and I thought that was a great marketing technique that Apple had there for years. Was having the big lines and the news stations out here. And back in the day in Legacy Village, a helicopter would be up there circling around. So
year over year, Samsung, Huawei, OnePlus, Google, they all make new phones, and they're all better and better each year. But nobody draws lines and emotion like Apple does with their iPhone launches. They are the most polarizing brand on the planet. They drive clicks, they change the world. So why does nobody go to these iPhone launch events anymore? I have 3 reasons. The first one is simply pre-orders. The second one is that the updates aren't big enough each year and no one really cares. And the third one is that people are just getting lazy. The first one seems like it makes about the most sense, but then I start to think about it and it doesn't seem like that's the main reason why people aren't going to these launch events. The iPhone launch event was always an event. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to get a new phone. It was meeting other Apple fans, other creators, other iPhone enthusiasts, and other people in general. And it was still an event. I can watch football on my TV downstairs, yet I will still choose to go to a Browns game to watch them play live. It's still an event. It's way more inconvenient to go to a Browns game, but you get to sit around other Browns fans. It's the same with an iPhone event. Yeah, it's way more inconvenient. Yeah, you could pre-order it. Yeah, you could wake up that morning and have the iPhone sitting on your front door, or you come home from work and the iPhone sitting on your front door, but you miss out on meeting all of the new people. So I feel like that reason isn't valid. My next reason was that the updates aren't big enough year over year. Year over year, the hype for the newest phone seems to dwindle as feature improvements seem smaller and smaller. Costs get higher and higher, and phones last longer. Thanks to Moore's Law, phones 10 years ago don't last nearly as long as phones from this year or even 5 years ago. And I think that this is one of the main reasons. People are just noticing, I don't need the newest phone this year. I don't need to upgrade to the latest and greatest because mine still works fine. But then I could also counteract this point by my fiance and I actually went to go get her an iPhone 11 even after I said nobody should get this phone. She bought the iPhone 11 yesterday, and when we got there, there were lines that were 20, 25, 30 people deep. Not to the extreme that they used to be, but these were people that went to the Apple store to pick up their new iPhone today. And there just wasn't the same feeling around the area as an early morning launch, where people know that they're kind of crazy, but they're still doing something that's cool. And when I was there yesterday, I was looking around at all the people, and they were just playing on their phones, and no one was really communicating with anybody else or talking about anything else. And I think that that's just a little bit disappointing, because I think it's so cool that people are willing to wait in line for the iPhone, but nobody is willing to have a conversation about it. Finally, too much work. Waiting in line for 12 hours a week, 2 weeks, a couple days is insane, and it's a lot of work. People maybe just aren't willing to do that much work anymore. 10 years isn't a long time, but when people have amazing technology already in their hands, the newest phone doesn't wow like it used to. And I think that people know this, and they are just more willing to be like, well, I can just get it tomorrow, I can get it the next day, I'll just order it, and whenever it shows up, it shows up. And I just think that point 3 combined with point 2 are probably the main reasons. I know pre-ordering is sort of mixed in with all that, but I guess it's just sort of upsetting. I was driving home yesterday after filming and talking to that guy, and I had this empty feeling. I was talking to my fiance about it, and it just I felt like uncomfortable in like a sad sort of way. When I was younger, I used to watch kind of with envy these people waiting in lines. I know it was crazy, I know it was stupid, but it was cool. They were experiencing something that most people don't get to experience, and then at the end of it, they got an iPhone or whatever. And I always thought that the main reason to go to these events was because it was a cool event, and going and waiting in an iPhone line and talking to other Apple enthusiasts would have been a cool thing to do, but I just don't feel like that anymore. And it was kind of sad, because when I was younger, I could never buy my own phone, so I said when I got older I would wait in these lines. And now that I'm at the point where I could wait in the line, no one does it, and it doesn't feel like it would even be worth my time to do it. So I'm sort of somber about the whole thing. I wish it wasn't like this. I wish people waited in lines. I know it might be stupid, and I know it might be crazy for somebody to wait in a line for 10 hours, 12 hours, 4 days to get a smartphone, but I always thought it was kind of cool. People were talking with each other, and it was just a bunch of crazy people that enjoyed a product that just essentially were hanging out, and at the end of it, they got a product, and they get to geek out about all the new features, and it's just not that way anymore. So I don't know why I'm upset and sad about it. I just wish it was like the old days, I guess. So let me know what you guys think about why nobody is going to these iPhone lines in the morning. I would be curious to know what you guys think, because I might have missed something. And that's just how YouTube works. I want comments. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.